We're at Brands Hatch in the United Kingdom for round 3 of the 2021 NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series Pro Division. This circuit in the southeast of the country has been home to the NASCAR Grand Prix of the United Kingdom since the first visit here in 2011. A challenging circuit, one that the drivers and the fans absolutely love. The opening races of the season took place at Circuit Ricardo Tormo in Spain, where Alan Day, at the wheel of his Monster Energy-backed car, was going wheel to wheel with Loris Hasemans. Alan Day, the reigning champion, looking to try and get round the outside at one of the corners. A little bit of contact between the pair. Alan Day through the gravel trap would tumble down through the order. Hasemans would continue in the lead of the race. For Loris Hasemans, it was a great start to his campaign. He would come through and claim not one, but 2 victories over the weekend and would be at the top of the points table, maximum points. It's the same format as ever. There are 2 championships. There are 4 races over the weekend. EuroNASCAR Pro for the pro drivers, where Loris Hasemans is the championship leader, and EuroNASCAR 2 is for the young and the amateur drivers, where Martin Dubeck leads the way. Brands Hatch is one of the shorter circuits that we visit in the 2021 season. It's just under 2 kilometres long, 1.2 miles, only 6 corners, but it's a challenging circuit, and the EuroNASCAR Pro drivers will be racing for 38 laps. In the qualifying session, it was the reigning champion Alan Day that put his number 88 Monster Energy-backed Chevy onto pole. Let's hear from the pole sitter.
Weird qualifying because it was starting wet. And then became dry, but yeah, the team did a great job. Cal Racing team did a great job with the Monster Energy Camaro. Finger crossed for this afternoon, and hopefully starting from the pole. I know it's pretty tough to pass here, so as long as I keep the first position and have a good start, then I think I should be okay. And that's it. Congratulations to everybody in the team. They did a great job, and looking forward.
So on the build-up to the race, many of the drivers getting involved with some of the film characters that were around, but then their focus will change towards round 4 of the championship. Alan Day and Loris Hasemans on the front row of the grid. Nicola Rocca and Sebastian Bleekie-Molen on row number 2, with Gianmarco Ercoli and Vittorio Garelli on row number 3. Buckle up! We go green for the first time this weekend as we ride on board with Gianmarco Ercoli on the charge up towards Paddock Hill Bend. Lights go out. Good start from the car to our left, which is Michael Bleekie-Molen, who just about, I think, was able to make his way through and alongside Nicola Rocca without any contact between the pair. But it is Alan Day that leads from Loris Hasemans, the championship leader, in 2nd place. Nicola Rocca dropping his way into 3rd position as the race starts to settle down. 4th place at the moment looks as though it is going to be Vittorio Garelli who's through into 4th position. The fast-starting Sebastian Bleekie-Molen losing places and down to 5th from 4th on the grid. But everybody is safely through the first half of a lap here at Brands Hatch as they turn their way through Surtees up towards McLaren, then onto the brakes at Clearways and Clark Curve. It is going to be Alan Day that leads the way. The top 3 just breaking away very slightly from Vittorio Garelli, who's there in 4th position, but under pressure from not just Sebastian Bleekie-Molen, but also returning to the championship, the Swedish driver Alexander Graf, who completes the top 6. Through Druids, where the cars head uphill, they go back downhill in towards the braking area for the difficult left-hander at Graham Hill Bend. Both the cars just running very slightly wide there coming out of the corner, using all of the curb and just a little bit more, but Alan Day is still fending off the attack that's coming from Loris Hasemans, and now they have dropped Nicola Rocca, so it's just 2 for the lead of the race. The reigning champion, the 3 times champion, leads the 2019 champion. Now, Alan Day has won round here before. He's had 3 victories at Brands Hatch before. Good battle there. That is Gianmarco Ercoli fighting away with Alex Sedgwick at the wheel of the 24 as we go on board with Gianmarco Ercoli. The car ahead is the Swedish driver Alexander Graf. Fantastic noise from the V8 engine. The leading pair back over the start-finish line. Alan Day still leading for Cal Racing. The Hendricks Ford of Loris Hasemans sitting there in 2nd position. But at the moment, there's no mistakes from Alan Day. It's a circuit that's not easy to overtake. But Hasemans is still pushing the leader very hard indeed. Out of Druids, down towards the braking area for the left-hander at Graham Hill Bend. Alan Day, who started from pole position for the 2nd time in his career here at Brands Hatch, but it's the first time he started from pole because of setting the fastest time in qualifying. The previous time was because he set the fastest lap in race 1 of the weekend, which gave him pole for race number 2. He's also top of the all-time winners list. 24 career wins for Alan Day at the moment as he's still under pressure from Hasemans. And under pressure for 3rd is the white and red car of Nicola Rocca. He's got the Ford of Vittorio Garelli, the Italian, right behind him. And queuing up behind them is also Sebastian Bleekie-Molen and Alexander Graf. and former EuroNASCAR 2 champion Gianmarco Ercoli. Graf just raising the dust as he comes out of the corner. A great fight for fifth. Bleaky Molan, the white and green car of Alexander Graf. Then the 54 in the hands of Gianmarco Ercoli. But you could argue it's sort of 5 altogether, isn't it? For third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh place, with Alex Sedgwick not too far away in 8th place and looking to try and catch up as well. Now, Alexander Graf's looking very racy here, actually, up towards the braking area for Surtees and McLaren, trying the outside line, but then needs to close the door to prevent Ercoli from squeezing his way through at the wheel of the Cal Racing number 54 prepared car. As they then work their way over the start-finish line, there is no let-up in the pressure whatsoever. Bastian Bleaky Molan at the front of that little trio of cars, and you can see now they're slowing each other up. Alex Sedgwick at the wheel of the NBA 2K back car is beginning to close in as well. Graf having another little nibble at the number 69, but the 42-year-old Dutchman just closes the door there to prevent the Swede from squeezing his way through, whilst the yellow and black car in the hands of the young Italian is not too far away either. We go on board with Gianmarco Ercoli looking at the car of Alexander Graf ahead. Now he gets a really good run on Alexander Graf here, and he's going to sneak his way through. Is he? Yeah, through he goes. Not quite sure whether Graf maybe missed the gear there. Couldn't quite tell, but all of a sudden he seemed to lose a little bit of momentum. Then Ercoli runs a little bit wide, and Alexander Graf might come straight back at him, you know, here. Ercoli is just, I think, yeah, just gets the door closed. Fantastic stuff between all of these drivers, whilst they then work their way through the traffic. There's Federico Monti having his first weekend of racing, thoroughly enjoying it, but staying well and truly out of the way as the quicker cars lap him. Ercoli under pressure from Alexander Graf. Alexander Graf in the dichotomy has to both attack and defend at the same time, whilst he tries to keep Alex Sedgwick behind at the wheel of his number 24 Chevy. Out of Graham Hill bend, Ercoli runs a little bit wide. That could be the opportunity for Graf, whilst Nicola Rocca is still coming under pressure from Vittorio Garelli. The two of them almost overlapping. This time Garelli will try and cut back on the exit of Paddock Hill Bend, but again Nicola Rocca is wise to that and gets the car over from the left-hand side of the circuit to the right-hand side to protect the inside line as they head up towards Druids. Downhill in towards Graham Hill Bend once more. You can overtake here, not easy. Easy to run wide on the exit of the corner. Nicola Rocca just about manages to do what he needs to do. Garelli a little bit quicker coming out of that corner, but the short straight is not going to allow him to again gain the place. Now for 5th position, Sebastian Bleaky Molan is still under enormous pressure from the Cal Racing car of Gianmarco Ercoli that sits behind. A 26-year-old Italian almost drawing himself alongside there, but again couldn't quite do it, and now he needs to close the door to prevent Alexander Graf, the 34-year-old Swede, working his way through. Pure racing all the way through the field. Through Druids, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all pretty much together as we go on board now with Alexander Graf trying to hunt down Gianmarco Ercoli, who lies ahead. Fantastic noise as they thunder their way along the Cooper Straight. The Italian just ahead. Alexander Graf making his return to the series through Surtees. Up towards McLaren, sneaks up the inside, has to keep his fingers crossed the door isn't closed. And what an overtaking manoeuvre that was. I don't think Ercoli was expecting that to happen. He was about to turn in towards the corner, had to take off some steering lock to avoid the contact, but a great overtake from Alexander Graf. That puts him now up into 6th position, and it might not be done and dusted there because he's hot on the heels of Sebastian Bleaky Molan, heading up to the point of the circuit where he got the overtake done on Ercoli a lap or so ago. Here they come, and Alexander Graf's going to try the same again. Oh, he's almost got the door open. Yes, he's prized it open, but is he going to get the run off the corner relative to Sebastian Bleaky Molan? The pair of them are absolutely side by side. Graf will have the inside line for the next corner, which is Paddock Hill Bend, and I think he's going to get it done here. They are still side by side in towards the braking area for Paddock Hill Bend. Alexander Graf, 2 overtakes in almost the same number of laps, moves himself now to the front of that little queue and can start to attack the next of the cars just up the road, which he's already caught, which is Vittorio Garelli. And Garelli is doing battle with Nicola Rocca whilst they are about to try and work their way through some traffic as well. Nicola Rocca gets through past the traffic, so does Garelli, as does Alexander Graf. Sensible driving there from Bernardo Manfredi, who stays out of the way. Now Alexander Graf at his favourite spot for overtaking, gets at the inside of Garelli. Wonderful stuff. 3 times now he's tried this overtake. They say that it's not easy to overtake at Brands Hatch, but Alex Graf has got something else to say about that because he's now fully alongside the number 50 Hendricks Ford as they head in towards the braking area for Paddock Hill Bend, and he picks the place up as long as Garelli doesn't switch back on the exit. Graf is good to go now, and he's up into 4th position. Could he get on the podium? Well, he's not that far behind the 3rd place car of Nicola Rocca. working their way through Surtees on towards McLaren clearways, and then Clark curve. Alexander Graf runs a little bit wide, and that's all the opportunity Vittorio Garelli needs. He draws himself alongside and back ahead of Alexander Graf. So Graf, all of that hard work came unravelled there with a very, very slight gravelly moment. Garelli runs a little bit wide there heading out of Graham Hill Bend. All of the drivers limited to the amount of tyres they could use over the weekend. They used these tyres in qualifying. They'll have to use them in this race and the next race as well. 4 brand new tyres is all they get for the weekend. The other 2 have to be carried over from a previous round. So tyre management is key. And well, that man there has managed his tyres, has managed the race beautifully, because Alan Day is just turning his way out of the final corner, up towards the checkered flag, and he's going to claim the win in round 3 of the 2021 NASCAR Whelen Euro Series, and career win number 25. He makes it a quarter of a century, Alan Day. That is an important win for him, as well as he heads towards victory lane. A big haul of championship points for the Israeli. So Alan Day receives the congratulations of the Cal Racing team. Let's hear from our race winner.
Yeah, the team did a great job. Car was amazing. Loris was pushing me through the first part of the race, but then I realized that the gap is big, so I decided to slow down a bit and manage the tires for tomorrow. I know that tomorrow I'm not on pole position, but we will try to manage that.
So Alan Day claims the win from Loris Hazemans and Nicola Rocca. But in the Junior Trophy for drivers aged under 25, the win went the way of Gianmarco Ercoli. And in the Challenger Trophy for amateur drivers in EuroNASCAR Pro, Henry Tuamala claimed the win.